The first time Ilara Vesh entered a human mind, she did it by accident. Telepaths of the Sorinth Dominion were taught from childhood that other species' minds were chaotic, dangerous places. Humans were considered especially volatile, emotional, nonlinear, and fiercely private. The Dominion's council had forbidden any deep mind scans of human ambassadors without explicit consent, citing cultural protocols and unknown psychological risks. Ilara had always followed rules. She was a junior xenopsychologist, stationed aboard the diplomatic station Meridian Spire, a massive rotating habitat where dozens of species negotiated trade, alliances, and the delicate boundaries of coexistence. She had never intended to break protocol. But accidents had a way of changing history. Beginning, the accidental connection. The human's name was Commander Elias Rook. He was tall even by human standards, with dark hair streaked with premature gray and eyes that always seemed to be focused on something far away. He served as Earth's liaison to the Dominion, calm, polite, and endlessly patient with alien bureaucracies that could spend days arguing over the definition of a handshake. Ilara had interviewed him several times, though always in a professional capacity. Humans fascinated her. Their art, their contradictory philosophies, their tendency to joke even when discussing catastrophic topics. Rook, however, rarely joked. He listened more than he spoke, and when he did speak, his words were measured, as if he were constantly weighing consequences invisible to everyone else. The accident happened during a routine neural compatibility test. The Dominion had developed a new translation interface designed to synchronize thought patterns between species, allowing real-time conceptual translation. Ilara was responsible for testing it with volunteer diplomats. Rook had volunteered without hesitation. "Your device won't damage anything, will it?" he had asked with a faint smile. "Only if your mind collapses into a singularity," Ilara replied, attempting humor. "In which case you will be famous forever." He laughed softly and sat in the interface chair. The test began smoothly. She kept the connection shallow, skimming surface thoughts and semantic structures. But when the station experienced a brief power fluctuation, the safeguards glitched. Ilara felt the connection deepen, plunging past linguistic structures, past emotional filters, straight into the core of his mind. She gasped and tried to pull out, but something held her there. And then she saw. Images flooded her consciousness. Star maps she had never seen, simulations of collapsing suns, encrypted messages, fleets moving in silence. She felt Rook's exhaustion, his constant calculation, his fear, not for himself but for billions of others. And beneath it all, a singular driving mission. Prevent the extinction of every sentient species in the galaxy. Ilara ripped herself free, her tentacle-like neural filaments trembling. Rook staggered, clutching his head. "What happened?" he asked. I went too deep," she admitted, her voice shaking. "The system malfunctioned." He studied her carefully. For a moment, his eyes hardened, but then he sighed. "So, you saw it." "Saw what?" He hesitated. Then, surprisingly, he nodded. "Come with me." Middle, the hidden war. Rook led Ilara through restricted corridors to a human-only section of Meridian Spire. Security systems scanned them, and doors opened with silent precision. Inside, she found a hidden operations center filled with holographic projections, human analysts, and AI systems humming with activity. "This is classified," Rook said quietly. "But you're already compromised. You deserve to know." Ilara stared at a hologram of the galaxy. Red markers pulsed across dozens of star systems. "What are those?" she asked. "Extinction events," Rook replied. "Some natural. Many engineered." He gestured, and the hologram zoomed in on a distant cluster. About 50 years ago, human astronomers detected anomalies in cosmic background radiation, patterns that shouldn't exist. They pointed to an intelligence operating at a galactic scale. "An ancient precursor?" Ilara asked, intrigued. "Something like that. We call it the Null Choir." The name sent a chill through her neural fronds. "The Null Choir isn't a species," Rook continued. "It's a distributed intelligence, possibly artificial, possibly post-biological. It feeds on complexity. Civilizations, ecosystems, neural networks. Anything that increases entropy when destroyed. Ilara's thoughts raced. Why hasn't the Dominion detected it? Because it's patient. It manipulates stars, triggers gamma bursts, nudges asteroids. It makes disasters look natural. When it intervenes directly, it does so through proxies, cultures it has already destabilized. He pulled up footage of alien worlds reduced to ash, their destruction blamed on internal wars or cosmic accidents. Humanity found evidence of deliberate patterning, Rook said. We tried to warn the Council. Ilara felt a twist of guilt. She remembered those meetings, humans presenting data, the Council dismissing it as anthropocentric paranoia. They didn't believe us, she whispered. They still don't, Rook said. So humanity started a covert project, Project Sentinel. The hologram shifted to show human fleets hidden in deep space, stealth structures around stars, and autonomous probes spread across interstellar voids. We've been building defenses, gathering data, sabotaging the Choir's attempts when we can. All without anyone noticing. Ilara felt the weight of his burden. How long have you been doing this? Since before first contact, he said. Earth discovered the pattern before we even left our system. Joining the galactic community only raised the stakes. If we're right, every civilization is a target. She recalled the images she had seen in his mind. Simulations of the galaxy burning, countless lives extinguished. You've been protecting us, she said softly. Rook looked away. Trying to. But we're running out of time. He brought up a projection of the Meridian Spire itself, then a map of the surrounding star cluster. The Null Choir is focusing on this region. Meridian Spire hosts dozens of species. High complexity. High entropy potential. Ilara felt her skin ripple in horror. You think it will attack the station? Yes. And soon. The warning. Rook and Ilara tried to warn the Council again. This time she backed him, using her telepathic credibility to validate the data. But the Council was divided. Some believed them. Others accused humanity of fabricating threats to justify militarization. We cannot mobilize fleets based on speculative intelligence, declared Councillor Threx of the Vol Collective. Fear-based policies have led to genocide in the past. Rook clenched his fists. And ignoring existential threats has led to extinction. Which outcome do you prefer? Ilara added, I have seen his mind. The data is genuine. Murmurs spread through the chamber. Eventually, the Council agreed to increase monitoring but refused full-scale evacuation or militarization. As they left the chamber, Rook's shoulders sagged. They still don't understand, he said. Ilara placed a gentle hand on his arm. Then we must make them understand. The attack. The Null Choir did not announce itself. It never did.